A couple of weeks ago, I made three classic videos regarding actor Jesse Williams and that farce of a speech he made at the BET Minstrel Awards. And I have a question to ask all those Negroes out here who wanted to argue with me in the comments section regarding their favorite actor. Where was your Jesse Williams a week ago when Alton Sterling was murdered? Where was your Jesse Williams when Philando Castile was murdered? Where was your Jesse Williams when the massacre was going on in Dallas and when the massacre was going on in Baton Rouge? I find it funny that Jesse Williams was nowhere to be found, even after making this big speech talking about all we were going to do. I find it funny he doesn't have a thing to say about any of those events that went on during that period. Pretty much, this dude magically disappeared, and now he pretty much reappears magically when the Republican National Convention is going on, and he has something to say about Melania Trump's speech. I find that very interesting that this Negro pretty much disappeared for that entire week, did not have a single thing to say, but the minute Melania Trump makes a speech, here we have Jesse Williams popping up again. Pretty much proving my point that this guy is disingenuous and basically he's another Barack Obama. Why is he another Barack Obama? Because he's right there getting ready to push the white liberals' agenda. He was never on the Negro side. He's pretty much looking to advance his career at the expense of the Afro-American Negro and is now getting ready to elevate himself. Because if this guy who said he was so concerned about black people and made all these statements about Tamir Rice and Michael Brown, you would think he would be out here marching and protesting with all those people who were marching and protesting about Alton Sterling and Philando Castile. But magically, your Jesse Williams magically was never found in any to discuss any of those issues. No, he just pretty much disappears. And then he magically pops up during the week of the Republican National Convention, ready to discuss Melania Trump, and is probably getting ready to head to that Democratic National Convention next week to probably make a speech over with Hillary Clinton. I can't guarantee that, but that pretty much looks like it may be what's going to happen, because you look at your Jesse Williams, again, it looked like he took that BET award, getting ready to use it as a springboard to a platform. And I think that platform may be just like your Barack Obama at that Democratic National Convention. Unfortunately, many of these Negroes cannot connect dots. Many of these Negroes can't look at the big picture. And many of these Negroes pretty much can't see the subtle politics transpiring about them regarding guys like your Jesse Williams. Now, I said this guy seemed disingenuous to me, and his actions over the last week have pretty much proven my point regarding how disingenuous this guy is. Unfortunately, many of these Afro-American Negroes, especially these Afro-American Negro women, are so mesmerized by those crystal blue eyes of their light-skinned pretty boy, they can't see how this guy just pretty much played them and used them to move himself forward at their expense. When I look at this guy's actions, they pretty much speak louder than any of the words he presented at that BET Minstrel Award. When I look at his actions, how he pretty much glossed over Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, didn't have a word to say about either of those incidents, did not even talk about what went on during those tragedies in Dallas and Baton Rouge. This guy pretty much disappears, and then he talks about magic in his speech, and I find it interesting how he magically only reappears to make statements about Melania Trump. It shows me that this Negro only is concerned with the elite Negroes of Black Hollywood and advancing his position with white liberals in Hollywood and the white liberals of the Democratic Party. He is basically pushing the white liberal agenda, and he's there to sew up the vote of the Afro-American Negro female. The Afro-American Negro female, mesmerized by those crystal blue eyes of their light-skinned pretty boy, and being led like by this Pied Piper to go vote Democrat in the next election. Pretty much what the big plan is. But the Afro-American Negro, just can't connect the dots regarding this Jesse Williams. And I hate to say it, but I told you Negroes so, but you just don't get it. You can't see the big picture because you don't look at the big picture. You're so emotional, all you look at is the short term. You don't look at the long term. You don't want to listen to somebody who presents you with an abstract picture. Again, I told you guys, I worked with these type of guys back in my early days at Strive in the year 2000, and I have a good understanding of how they operate. I've worked with them in other nonprofits as well, and I understand how they work. They come to the workplace in the inner city looking to get some street cred, looking to get their reputations built up, and then once they get their street cred with the people in the community, and once they get their reputation built up and they get some points on their resume, they are pretty much looking to advance themselves at your expense. And then these same guys will go back to their suburban neighborhoods with their street cred and then move on at your expense and then be the same type of guys to call you Negroes those people. And you try to explain this to the Negro, but he does not understand it. He refuses. He thinks that this Jesse Williams is the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's this perfect good boy. They look at the exterior things regarding him, like his black wife, and not understanding that your Barack Obama had a black wife. And look at what Barack Obama has done for you Afro-American Negroes. That's right, a big bag of jack crap. That's what your Barack Obama has done. He's pretty much abandoned you and pretty much left you in the middle of nowhere. And on all of your issues and all of the problems that you've had regarding police murdering black men, your Barack Obama has been pretty much silent. When it comes down to dealing with these corrupt cops and brutal cops, your Barack Obama pretty much decided to do nothing. His Attorney General, Eric Holder, was so much of a coward, he decided to resign rather than do something about Trayvon Martin. And your Barack Obama, all he gave you Negroes in exchange for all these issues that you have problems with was a song at a church after Dylan Roof murdered all those black people at that church. That's all your Barack Obama ever did for you Afro-American Negroes. But you Negroes, you keep falling for the same okie dokes over and over again regarding guys like your Barack Obama, regarding guys like your Jesse Williams. And what they do is they use you Negroes to push a platform which only is there to destroy you. But you Negroes think that these people are acting in your best interest. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.